Okay, so we have this photo here. It's supposedly John Lennon signing an album for his killer hours before his death. Well-known peace activist and former Beatle, John Lennon, um, 1980. So is this real? Well, we could take, and if you want, you can just search on the text, right? You can say, here is, we take this John Lennon signing album for his killer hours before his death, right click or command click, search on that phrase, and you'll get results. And the results here are not bad, I'll tell you right up front. But what we want to demonstrate is searching on the photo itself. We're interested in this specific photo. So we're going to right click on the photo. We are going to search Google for image. You want to be using Chrome when you're doing this. All browsers have ways to do this. But we only demonstrate the way to do it in Chrome in this course, so please make sure you're using Chrome if you want to follow along. We search Google for this image, and we notice it suggests Paul Goresh Chapman up here. Now, normally I might want to change that because I'm afraid that the auto-suggest might be part of the hoax, right? But what I notice here is there's this NewJersey.com, and there's this article I can see with the snippet on December 8th, 1980, Paul Goresh. So this is interesting because if this article, if this snippet, is true, if this is a reliable source, we might have the full story here. So in this case, let's click through. And what do we see? We see the framed picture here. We see someone that's supposed to be the photographer. Okay. Last photo of John Lennon taken 5 hours before his murder. And yeah, and it tells the story that our caption does. So all is left for us is to know whether this NJ.com, which I assume is NewJersey.com, whether this NJ.com is a hoax site or not. And we're going to throw that into Wikipedia. And what do we find? It is it's a provider of digital news. Launched so forth. It seems to be associated with a bunch of newspapers. It seems like a reliable enough source. Now, if we wanted to, we could go one step further, right, and look and see if we can find something else here. That last day in life, John Lennon's killer, Mark Chapman, has another parole hearing, and then we see here John Lennon with Mark Chapman outside the Dakota building. And again, if we were to look at this source, we would find that this is a popular newspaper in the UK, right? So anyway, answers to the questions. No, the photo is not fake. It is not altered. It is correctly captioned. And if you read through the story, you'll find that it was taken by Paul Goresh on the night of the murder, and that he has been haunted by that event in the circumstances of that photo ever since. He sold it to, I think, the New York Post after the murder of John Lennon, but he didn't want to. He actually just wanted to give it to the police, but he called them up and apparently got no response for his offer of the photo. So it's an interesting story. I would love for you to read it more, but that's how you do it. So think about your answer and how you did, and go on to the next question.